The Rock versus Roman Reigns was always the WrestleMania plan. Plus, NXT Vengeance Day had an injury scare, and future plans for some top NXT stars have been revealed. It's all in the Cultaholic wrestling news right now. More from the Rock Roman Cody debacle. We've got 3 pitches on the channel later on, where we're going to be coming up with a better way to end the story.
I've just written mine. I'm genuinely really proud. It'll probably get torn apart in the comments now, but I'm really, really proud of it. It's better than what they're doing. It is. I promise.
Well, the story was looking like it was going to be Cody versus Roman at Mania. That was pulled from underneath us on Friday, but this apparently goes back much further, doesn't it, Adam?
This is mental, right? According to Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Radio, when he, being Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, made the deal on January 3rd to come in, that was part of the deal. Why Cody Rhodes won the Rumble is a question that I cannot answer because nobody will answer it for me. So he's saying that the deal was when Dwayne came in that he was going to get the match with Roman at this year's WrestleMania. He continues, but the belief was that Roman versus Cody, and nobody knew, but the deal had been made prior to that. So it sounds like the talent were out of the loop as well. It played out the way they wanted it to play out. I know. And the plan as of Friday night was Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes, reiterating what Fightful are saying as well.
The belief was that it was Roman and Cody and nobody knew. So the idea that they're booking this and all the while we've got this secret card behind our back that we might tell you about, we probably won't. Ta-da, you're not having it.
Legit speechless. Like, this could have all been avoided had Rock just won the Royal Rumble. I'd have still been pissed off because I want Cody to finish the pissing story, get the belt off Roman. But why? Why? What? I don't get it. I'm honestly
baffled.
Speechless. Yeah, it's mental, isn't it?
Because it completely undermines Cody winning the Rumble and pointing at Roman.
He looks like an
idiot.
Moron now, doesn't he? They're going to fix this. Meltzer saying the fan reaction is altering their approach to the story, saying they are turning it into an angle. They are encouraging this, and the fact of the reaction for Cody about Cody getting screwed and people getting behind him, that was part of the story. That was absolutely expected. But he says, as far as people booing Dwayne, I don't know if that was expected. I don't know that it wasn't either. Of course he was going to get booed.
Of course he was. If the board member goes, I've just decided I'm in the match now, thanks. It's a very boo-worthy thing to do.
I'm trying to find the positives here, and the one big positive about this is Cody is the man right now.
It galvanizes Cody Rhodes.
People want Cody more than Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Right, this is the thing. Like, I want to see Roman versus Rock. I wanted to see that for a long time.
Same.
It's a great story. It's a great story that's there, but there's a better story that needs to end at WrestleMania. And I love the fact that people are just so into Cody Rhodes right now, as long as they do us right, and I really think they will. I'm optimistic about it. I don't think you can ignore this kind of thing because it's just going to ruin TV for them all the way to WrestleMania if they don't do it right. And I think they're going to fix this quite quick because I don't think Dwayne will like that negative, especially mainstream press, which is floating around. He's a man who with a very, very carefully managed image. And I think that he says, thick skin and all that. I think it's probably getting to him.
There's only so many houses you can buy for people to win them over. And I think that he's not going to have enough to buy everybody a house. I mean, if he wants to buy me a house, I would say, well, let's just say you've moved me to a bigger house.
I said the loud part quite.
I would totally be on board if The Rock bought me a house, to be fair. Now, but this pivots plan slightly. Could it legitimately change them completely? Well, Aaron Varbel is from SE Scoops, and he says, I followed up after Johnson broke the report saying that WWE is monitoring the situation and things could change with Roman versus Rock. Johnson being Mike Johnson of PW Insider. Yes, WWE realizes they are in a hole and they need to dig themselves out. Dig up, stupid. No, the plan is not changing. I was told straight up, no chance this changes unless The Rock backs out. This has been The Rock calling the shot since January.
I think, personally, the way they're going to fix this is Rock Roman night 1, Cody Roman night 2.
Ooh.
I think that's the easiest way. And I've sort of factored that into my pitch later as well, but with a few bells and whistles as well. Ooh. I think that's the easiest way to get around it. But I think you'd need to get to that, make that announcement sooner rather than later. Although it's fun watching WWE TV fall apart. You think back to like Daniel Bryan and the organic uprising there. That was amazing. It was a brilliant
Which was at WrestleMania 30.
Yeah, 10 years ago.
And at WrestleMania 20, we had a triple threat with Jericho, Michaels, and then at WrestleMania 10...
Stevie Richards, right?
Stevie Richards, I believe it was, yeah.
There's the graphic.
And at WrestleMania 10... Oh my God, WrestleMania 10, we had Lex and Brett both win the Rumble.
Yeah.
And then people went, and then the WWF went, yeah, Lex is going to beat Yokozuna. And everybody went, no, we want Brett to do it.
It's an annual tradition.
Wow! It's the decade-long tradition of, we're not going to give you what you want. You're going to have to fight for this love.
And then it happens.
And then it happens.
That Stevie Richards moment was amazing.
Big fan. God, I was so happy for him that day. Now, NXT had Vengeance Day last night. Thank you for joining Ross and Jack on the stream last night. That big turn at the end where Mello finally showed his true colours against Trick Williams.
Got there in the end, didn't it?
Sadness.
This is a weird one. Fightful Select saying that they kept their cards very close to their chest, saying there was a lot of secrecy surrounding the main event aftermath as rehearsals for the main event were kept to those who were directly involved in putting it together. So it sounds like not even the talent maybe knew about it. Everyone saw this coming, didn't they?
They really did. This isn't like the ultimate surprise swerve moment. It was a bit of, and that's not a bad thing. I think sometimes as wrestling creatives, people tend to go, well, that's too obvious, we'll do that. I said, well, no, sometimes the obvious thing is fine.
Yeah, like Cody winning the Rumble and then challenging Roman at WrestleMania and finishing the story. It is
no, you have to shoehorn the Rock in. It's the only way.
I'm being a bit of a wank here. I think that actually, even if it was pretty obvious to anybody who watches NXT that this was going to happen, the fact that they kept it under lock and key is a good thing. Yeah. Right? Keep people guessing.
They did keep people guessing.
Stop the spoilers getting out as well and ruining a moment a little bit.
It's a good shout. It's a good shout. Trick absolutely shone last night, Vengeance Day. I thought he put on an incredible showing in the main event against Ilya Dragunov. They battered each other. My goodness. Dragunov had a bloody nose halfway through it. Oh, it was great.
I think like a lot of people, originally I was like, oh man, Hayes is the future. And I think he is still. I wasn't expecting to be this into Trick. And I'm really glad I am. It's great.
I don't think many were expecting it.
He's done amazing work. Long may it continue.
Also last night there was an injury scare during the opening match. It was Mello and Trick versus Braun and Corbin in the Dusty final, and there was a couple of dicey moments in there.
Yeah, as Braun ran to the ropes, got caught in between the top and the middle rope. Like that. Horrible looking thing. Fightful adding, during the Dusty Rhodes Classic final, rope tightness was questioned after two scary spots involving Bron Breakker and Carmelo Hayes as well. It was said all involved in the match came out a little banged up. It doesn't sound like he was seriously hurt or anything. Bron's was especially nasty. People underestimate how rough those ropes are. Even proper, like, full-on wrestling fans think that they're the springiest things and you can just, like, burn to them and you go boom across the ring. They hurt. They're really tight. They're rough. Most of the time, it's literally just rope, which is taped up with like not parcel tape. What's it called? Like electrical tapes.
Electrical tape, isn't it? A lot of it. But it's also the speed in which you're coming through them. That any slight miscalculation, like Bron Breakker bounces off those ropes so quick.
Yeah,
like, that could do some damage. If it was Tyrus bouncing off the ropes, he might scrape a blackhead. But if it's Bron Breakker who goes at 1,000,000 miles an hour, he decapitated himself if he wasn't careful.
A lot of weight behind him. You think back to what happened in was it Enzo and Cass versus the Vaudevillains when Enzo got caught on the rope, really rough, and I think the match was called off then, wasn't it? As well?
They threw the match out after a few minutes.
It's serious stuff. So sending our love, obviously.
Breakker and Corbin, the winners of the Dusty Classic, have been impressing a lot of people behind the scenes as a unit.
Yes, according to Fightful's Corey Brennan, several important names have taken notice of how over the team has gotten in such a short period of time. Breakker has earned praise for his athleticism, while Baron Corbin has been described as all class since beginning his latest NXT run. Fightful continuing, there were also discussions about keeping the team together longer than initially planned, but Bron Breakker is expected to make his way to the main roster on a full-time basis as soon as Monday, aka today.
Oh, so I thought you were going to go over to SmackDown.
Did you?
I had a feeling they might put him on SmackDown, but
It looked that way with the phone call and all that, didn't it?
doing all that and stuff. But
They're amazing. It's good to see Baron Corbin once again getting the respect that he deserves. A man who has suffered massively creatively. He's had it really rough, but is so brilliantly consistent. And he is all class. He seems like the nicest guy. And I try not to get too involved in wrestlers' personal lives anymore. That sounds creepy. But I follow him on Instagram and he just seems like a diamond. I really like him. It's easy to get behind. Foley's my favourite wrestler ever because of that, because he's nice.
He's a lovely man. He really is. Now, the Rock, Roman Reigns, Cody love triangle is something that is very much dominating the wrestling news headlines today. But I do want to shine a very quick light on a couple of videos that we had over the weekend, including Andrew Hodkinson giving us a breakdown, hands-on gameplay of 2K24. And I'm very excited to play it after
looking good.
What we've heard and what we've seen and what Andrew has felt. It's good to see. But also, we dropped a brand new documentary called Over the Top Rope, put together by Fraser Porter and Sam Driver, which talks about our wanderlust that is the Royal Rumble in the world of wrestling. And not just ours, but with special guests like Maven Huffman, who Fraser spoke to about his iconic moment. Hornswoggle's first time in the Rumble. Dylan Postel's in there. We speak to Kevin Owens about his Rumble memories as well. It's a wonderful bit of business that Fraser and Sam have put together.
It's incredible. Please do go and have a look. I'll tell you what, we'll link it on the end card right now. Click that link. Go and check it out. It's a beautiful piece of work.
And for the very latest wrestling news throughout the day, you can check out cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.